Hello everyone, my name is Braden, this is Airless Cool 9, and in today's video, we are going to talk about bandits. These are criminals and scoundrels. They can be found in any habitat, and they can have any type of treasures found on their person, just because these are the types of people that find their hands on any type of item or thing that you could possibly imagine. Here is what the 2024 Monster Manual has to say about bandits in particular. Bandits use the threat of violence to take what they want. Such criminals include gang members, desperados, and lawless mercenaries. Yet not all bandits are motivated by greed. Some are driven to lives of crime by unjust laws, desperation, or the threats of merciless leaders. We have a table to roll on in the bandit section called Bandit Motivations. This gives us a reason for why a specific bandit might have chosen the life that it now leads. The table can be found here. It is a D6 table, and the options available to us show that the bandit fights only oppressors, is an ex-soldier who was discarded by their nation and now takes what they were promised, is in a gang that views non-members as foes, hesitantly serves a villainous leader, secretly works for a government or a regional ruler to sow chaos, or they might take what they need to survive. There are 4 bandit stat blocks available in this section, which is 2 more than we had in 2014. So let's take a look at them and discuss what changes have been made. Obviously, the first that we are going to look at here is the normal bandit. Bandits are inexperienced ne'er-do-wells who typically follow the orders of higher-ranking bandits. The bandit is a medium or small humanoid of neutral alignment. Their AC is 12, their hit points are 11, their speed is 30 feet, and they have an initiative of +1. For ability scores, they have a strength of 11, a dexterity of 12, a con of 12, an intelligence of 10, a wisdom of 10, and a charisma of 10. In the special gear section, bandits are equipped with leather armor, a light crossbow, and a scimitar. For their senses, they have a passive perception of 10, and the languages that they know are Common and Thieves' Cant. For their challenge rating, they are 1/8. This gives them 25 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +2. For their actions, the bandit has a scimitar, which is a melee attack roll +3 to hit and reach of 5 feet. And on a hit, it deals 1d6 +1 slashing damage, which is an average of 4 damage. And for the light crossbow, this is a ranged attack roll with a +3 to hit, a range of 320 feet. And on a hit, it deals 1d8 +1 piercing damage, which averages out to 5. So we have 2 very good options for attacks for the bandit. This is a low challenge rating creature, and there are not very many changes to the stat block at all, other than the inclusion of the initiative and gear sections in the stat block. And they are now specified to be medium or small humanoids. And they now speak Common and Thieves' Cant, when before it used to be any one language, usually Common. So these are the small changes that have been made to the stat block. Next, we have the Bandit Captain. Bandit Captains command gangs of scoundrels and conduct straightforward heists. Others serve as guards and muscle for more influential criminals. The Bandit Captain is a medium or small humanoid of neutral alignment. It has an armor class of 15, a hit points of 52, a speed of 30 feet, and an initiative of +3. For its strength score, it has 15, dexterity is 16, constitution is 14, initiative or intelligence is 14, wisdom is 11, and charisma is 14. The Bandit Captain is proficient in strength and dexterity saving throws, as well as wisdom saving throws. For its skills, it has athletics at +4 and deception at +4. For its gear, the Bandit Captain has a pistol, a scimitar, and studded leather armor. And for its senses, the Bandit Captain has a passive perception of 10. For its languages, it speaks Common and Thieves' Cant, and the Bandit Captain is a challenge rating 2 creature, giving it 450 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +2. For its actions, the Bandit Captain has a multi-attack that allows it to make 2 attacks using scimitar and pistol in any combination. For the scimitar, this is a melee attack roll with a +5 to hit and a reach of 5 feet. And on a hit, it deals 1d6 +3 slashing damage, or an average of 6. And for the pistol, this is a ranged attack roll with a +5 to hit and a range of 90 feet. And on a hit, it deals 1d10 +3 piercing damage, which is an average of 8. Finally, for its reactions, the Bandit Captain knows parry. The trigger is that the bandit is hit by a melee attack roll while holding a weapon, and in response, the bandit adds 2 to its armor class against that attack, possibly causing it to miss. As for any changes made to the Bandit Captain, these are small at best, mostly to the size of the stat block. The hit points have actually gone down slightly from 65 to the 52 that it is now. And the Bandit Captain now knows Common and Thieves' Cant when it used to know any 2 languages. The most glaring change here is that the Bandit Captain used to have a dagger attack, and that has been completely swapped out for the pistol attack as its main ranged option, which is really interesting to see here. And it's nice to see firearms having a more substantial presence in some of these new stat blocks, which is really interesting to see. Next, we have a new stat block here in the 2024 Monster Manual. This is the Bandit Deceiver. The Bandit Deceiver is a medium or small humanoid of neutral alignment. Bandit Deceivers use magic to disguise their activities or create flashy distractions. They have an armor class of 16, hit points of 130, a speed of 30 feet, and an initiative of +6. The Bandit Deceiver has a strength of 8, a dexterity of 16, a constitution of 14, a intelligence of 17, a wisdom of 12, and a charisma of 16. The Bandit Deceiver is proficient in dexterity and intelligence saving throws. For its skills, the Bandit Deceiver has acrobatics at +6, perception at +4, and stealth at +9. For its gear, the Bandit Deceiver has 6 daggers on its person and a wand as a spellcasting focus. And for its senses, the Bandit Deceiver has a passive perception of 14. For its languages, it speaks Common and Thieves' Cant, and this is a challenge rating 7 creature with experience points of 2,900 and a proficiency bonus of +3. For its actions, the Bandit Deceiver has a multi-attack that allows it to make 3 dagger attacks. The dagger is a melee or ranged attack roll with a +6 to hit, a reach of 5 feet, or a range of 60 feet. And on a hit, it deals 2d4 +3 piercing damage plus 3d6 poison damage, which is a decent amount. The Bandit Deceiver also has a Blinding Flash action, which has a recharge of 4 to 6. This is a Constitution saving throw at DC 14, and each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point the bandit can see within 120 feet has to make this saving throw. On a failure, a target takes 3d6 +3 radiant damage, and they gain the blinded condition until the start of the bandit's next turn. and on a successful save, they take half damage only. Finally, the Bandit Deceiver has a spell casting action, which allows it to cast one of the following spells using Intelligence as the spell casting ability with a spell save DC of 14. At will, they can cast Disguise Self, Mage Hand, and Minor Illusion, and once per day each, they can cast Hold Person at 4th level, Mage Armor, which is included in their armor class, they've already casted that spell, presumably, and Major Image, which is also a pretty useful spell. So there's nothing in 2014 to compare this stat block to. This is entirely new, and it is quite interesting. A very high challenge rating bandit here, and with some very interesting attacks, including that blinding flash, which could either be a grenade or some magical attack in nature. And then finally, the use of spellcasting. This is kind of a arcane trickster-like character, which is really unique. Finally, we have one final bandit stat block to look at. This is a new stat block as well. This is the Bandit Crime Lord. Bandit Crime Lords manipulate shadowy organizations and prioritize their own survival over any single lackey or plot. The Bandit Crime Lord is a medium or small humanoid of neutral alignment. They have an armor class of 17, 169 hit points, a speed of 30 feet, and an initiative of +9. They have a strength of 10, a dexterity of 20, a constitution of 14, an intelligence of 18, a wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 15. The Bandit Crime Lord is also proficient in dexterity and constitution saving throws. For its skills, the Bandit Crime Lord has acrobatics at +9, perception at +10, and stealth at +13. For their gear, they have 2 pistols, a scimitar, and studded leather armor. For their senses, the Bandit Crime Lord has a passive perception of 20, and for its languages, it knows Common and Thieves' Cant. The Bandit Crime Lord is a challenge rating 11 creature, granting it 7,200 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +4. For its traits, the Bandit Crime Lord knows Evasion, allowing it to where when it makes a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, if the bandit fails, they take half damage, and if they succeed, they take no damage. And they can use this as long as they're not incapacitated. So this is a really powerful trait to have. For their actions, the Bandit Crime Lord has a multi-attack option, allowing it to make 3 attacks using its scimitar or pistol in any combination. The scimitar is a +9 to hit melee attack roll with a reach of 5 feet. On a hit, it deals 2d6 +5 slashing damage plus 4d6 poison damage, which is a pretty decent average of 26 damage total. For the pistol, this is a ranged attack roll with a +9 to hit and a range of 90 feet. And on a hit, it deals 1d10 +5 piercing damage plus 4d6 poison damage for a total average of 24 damage, which is quite significant as well. Finally, the Bandit Crime Lord has a unique bonus action called Deadly Aim. This allows the bandit to give itself advantage on its next attack roll that it makes during the current turn, and if that attack hits, the target takes an extra 8d6 poison damage. That is an average of 28 extra poison damage. That is a very deadly bonus action to tack onto an attack. If that attack ends up hitting, which it definitely should with its high bonus to hit and that advantage. The Bandit Crime Lord is definitely scary and makes a whole lot of sense as the plinth of these bandit stat blocks. It really shows a high versatility, especially in attack power, and some pretty interesting defensive options as well. This is a very scary bandit to encounter, and is definitely a great option for the boss that you might find in a bandit's crime lair. So yeah, that is all 4 bandit stat blocks that we are given in the 2024 monster manual. Those are 2 additional options. The Bandit Deceiver and the Bandit Crime Lord are very nice to have. Nice that Wizards of the Coast has given us some high challenge rating options for higher levels of play, and some just obviously decent options to have as leaders of some bandit groups. Uh, it's just nice to have those high challenge rating options if you really want to have a section of your campaign be the party having it to encounter a crime gang and having to face off against a group of bandits. The Bandit Deceiver or the Bandit Crime Lord, depending on the level of your party, might be a great boss for that group of bandits for them to have to deal with. So yeah, really enjoy the options that were given to us here. Overall, that is going to be it for this video, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video or just like bandits in general, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I am going through each and every creature in the 2024 Monster Manual. I'm going to look at them in depth and talk about their changes to their 2014 counterparts. So keep an eye out for those videos. Next on our list will be the Banshee, so stay tuned for that video. Until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later.